Hey guys, so yeah, I've been waiting for Bear season 4, ever since last year. Especially, I don't think a lot of people really like the last season too, which I think is complete BS because I know it didn't live up to the first two seasons, but it was still better than like 90% of the shows out there. Yeah, even the weakest season of this show is better than most of the shows. I think the fans felt that way because season 2 is just peak television, dude. The Gazzaro episode is definitely one of the best television content I've ever seen. So I understand where they are coming from, but at the same time, you have to understand that it's not possible to make something like Bear Season 2. I mean, it's there to recreate that magic ever again, right? Whatever that makes Season 2 special wouldn't be special if they were able to recreate it all the time. So I think it's fair that it didn't live up to the first two seasons. So me being a fan of the show, I was super excited for season 4, and I gotta say this is the best TV show on air right now. There's no doubt about it. At least to me, it's the best. It's flawless. It didn't have one bad or sloppy episode. The fourth season, I mean. Now, like I said, please don't expect it to be good as the second season. Calm your tits. But that doesn't mean it's bad. There's a good chance where season 4 might be this year's best TV show television content. I really doubt if I'll see anything better this year. Of course, I'm gonna be discussing spoilers, so if you haven't watched it, please watch it and maybe you can watch this video later. Maybe give it a thumbs up. Maybe comment on it. I don't know. Up to you. Whenever people talk about Bear or whenever I talk about this show with someone else who hasn't watched the show, they tend to think, oh, that's some cooking show, right? Yes, cooking is a major part of the show, but there are so many other factors in the show. So just limiting it as a cooking show, it's honestly a crime. I also think mental health was like the heart of this show. That's what they are trying to emphasize on. But as we get to know these characters with every season, it's pretty clear to me it's about family, brotherhood, and then trusting your teammates and creating like a positive environment in your workplace, mostly about friendships and building a bond with people around you, how they're trying to set things right. It was never just about the restaurant or just exploring mental health. Previous season explores the trauma and how it really messed everyone up, but with this season I think every character's come to terms with their past and they try to build a positive connection with everyone else at the bear, and then of course people out in their personal life that's affecting them in some way. I mean, for example, Richie accepting his daughter's stepdad, Sid coming to terms with her father, Kami coming to terms with his mother. So this season was mostly focused on acceptance and moving on, which I didn't expect because this might sound a little weird, but hear me out. Seeing these characters losing their shit and just yelling at each other is part of the fun to me, at least. I mean, it's still there in this season as well, but come on, Casados, I want more trauma. I want to see you guys fight each other all the time. So, a friend of mine binged the TV show and told me there's a Casado family episode in this season, and I was really looking forward to see some shit. But weirdly, it ended up being the most sweetest episode of this entire show. I mean, just the idea of this kid bringing the entire family together and all of them sharing their fears under the table was honestly very sweet. I really loved it. I think I loved it more than, I can't say I loved it more than the Gazzaro episode, but I think instead of watching like trauma and everything, it was nice to see something sweet, at least in this show. Of course, just like every season, the actors were on their A game. I don't even have to say it like it's obvious. The dialogues were great. Like whatever Bear does really well, they did it. They did that really well without any compromise this time. By the way, shout out to whoever wrote the refrigerator jokes. God, every time like a refrigerator joke was done, it landed so well and it was hilarious. I loved. Let's talk about the ending of this show. Kami walking out of the bear, yeah, that's never gonna happen. No one is buying that. It's so ironic that he talked about not repeating the same mistake again, and he's doing the exact same mistake again, leaving people when they need, like, maybe not intentionally this time. Like they talk about him leaving Michael's funeral because it was just difficult for him to handle. And it's so, I think it's what the brilliance of this show is, even when he wants to change, like it's so difficult for him to change. Like he's not even intentionally trying to walk out this time. He's doing it so that Sid can get the chance, because he genuinely believes Sid is a better leader than him. But still, he ends up repeating the same mistake. Like the subtle details here and there is just brilliant. Plus, there's another season coming up, but it's not the last season, which I'm not very happy about, if I'm being honest, because it really did feel like they're putting an end to Kami's and the bear story. So I'm not very sure about another season, especially after watching Boys season 4. I really do not want this show to compromise on the quality. A filler season is just gonna ruin the flow, but something tells me season 5 will most probably be a filler season because it did feel like it's gonna end and they may be repeating some of the themes. So something tells me season 5 might, be the weakest season yet. But hey, I really want to be wrong on this one, man. But uh, let's see. Maybe the show will surprise me. But I have a hot take. I did not like Sid very much in the past seasons. I mean, I don't know why. It's probably because maybe I didn't connect with the character very much before. But I really liked him this season, especially in the hair salon episode. Is probably my favorite episode after the wedding episode. It had a Friday, one of them days aura to it, which I loved. I loved both of those movies. Plus, in this season, Sid was very much a part of the Gazzaro family, and her decision to stay in the bear made me like her. I think so. But I gotta say, I did not like how the show dealt with Will Porter's character. In the first three seasons, every episode he was in was just fun. But here, I felt like, what are you really trying to do with him? It did feel like people obviously like seeing him in this show. Let's just squeeze him in some corner in this season. But except that, I don't think I have a lot of complaints regarding this show. I loved it. I think whatever they do best, they did it well this time as well. um but yeah, let's see. I'm excited to see the next season. Let's see what happens. Bye.